when we gain access to the path of spiritual progress, and we invest in adding all that excess energy and desire that we have into our spiritual advancement, then all these other desires we have find their balance just naturally. They naturally settle into place. Moving towards spirituality doesn't mean abstaining from the world. It doesn't mean disconnecting from the world. Spirituality is understood as a positive connection with human society, meaning that our soul, when we discover our soul, is the perfect connection of all parts of humanity. So we don't detach from humanity. We don't try to put ourselves into some full-on situation where we just go to meditate on a mountain all day, or detach ourselves onto some island, some secluded island, or some desert or anything like that. Rather, we engage fully in society, and we work, we do all the things that we do, raise a family, have vacations, we get involved in life to its fullest. And in addition to all that, we add spirituality, meaning we add study of spiritual texts. And through the study of the texts, where we receive that nourishment, the surrounding light, we take that with us into our days. We take that, to our work, to our families and everything, through all kinds of states we go through. And we can always be working internally with these things, because at the end of the day, we're talking about transforming our innermost desire. So that force that we draw through the study, the aim is that it stays with us so that we can keep working with that force and with the teaching through literally every moment that we go through. One of the things with the wisdom of Kabbalah and spiritual advancement is that you never get bored. Even if you're just sitting down, in the same place, you can never get bored, because you always have what to do inside. So that's a bit about portioning the food properly. Another thing with spiritual, the desire for spirituality is that it's the biggest desire out of all of our desires. And it's appearing in more and more people in humanity these days. And when it doesn't get its spiritual fulfillment, meaning when people don't understand the meaning of what's going on with them, with their desires, with their thoughts, and people just feel this excessive desire, so what ends up happening is that all the smaller previous desires that we've evolved through, desires for food, sex, family, money, honor, control, knowledge, we relate to those desires with from this vantage point of this excessive desire, meaning we try to fulfill ourselves through those smaller desires when we haven't gotten access to that process and method of spiritual advancement. So, and that gives rise to lots of problems in our society, because we relate to all of our smaller desires in an excessive way. So that causes lots of distortions when we, for example, if you go to the desire for money and you're not feeling any fulfillment, and you want to really extract from that desire as much as you can, so then it turns into greed, and then you start exploiting others in order to profit from them, and it causes problems to others. In the end, it also causes problems to yourself, even though you have this illusion that you're going to be better off by doing so. And so this is another aspect of portioning our spiritual desires properly, because when we gain access to the path of spiritual progress, and we invest in adding all that excess energy and desire that we have into our spiritual advancement, then all these other desires we have find their balance just naturally. They naturally settle into place. And we don't have to worry about getting involved in them in any kind of excessive way, because that excess, we know exactly where to apply it.